We live in an era where not only big cats make big money, but small cats too, provided we act collectively. There's a big game being played on the US stock market, and this time it's a group of investors from the Reddit message board who decided to buy lots and lots of stocks in GameStop and drive up its prices crazily. Let me explain you what just happened. Investors buy and sell shares on the stock market. We buy shares when they're at a lower price, anticipating the prices will go up, and then sell them at a higher price and make a profit. Investors on Reddit saw an opportunity with GameStop. GameStop is a high street video games retailer in the US. Its share prices were low due to its poor performance during the pandemic. These investors decided if they could convince other members on the message board to buy these shares, this could skyrocket the share price and they could profit massively by acting together. Not only did these investors profit by acting together, but they also undermined the efforts of million-dollar investment companies such as hedge funds. Hedge funds were speculating poorer performance of GameStop and were betting so that they can earn big profits. This is known as short selling. Let me explain you how short selling works with an example. And in this example, I am the hedge fund. Let's say you have a bunch of candies with you and you allow me to borrow one from you. The value of a candy in the open market right now is $10. I decide to sell this candy and get $10 in return. I anticipate the price of candies will go down. Let's say after a few days, the price of a candy is $5 in the market. So I buy this candy for $5 and return it back to you. I've made a profit of 10 minus 5, that's $5. This is exactly what these hedge funds were anticipating for GameStop. And they do the same transaction, but in tunes of millions and billions of dollars. However, in this case, this did not happen. The collective action by these investors from the Reddit message board drove up the prices of the stocks in GameStop. These hedge funds were then forced to buy back these shares at much higher prices and return it back to their original owners, who would have actually benefited out of it because these shares were of much higher value than before. So it's true that short selling involves an immensely high amount of risk. Now, there is another company called AMC, which is a loss-making unit. Its share prices are at an all-time low, just like GameStop, and investors could benefit by acting collectively and buying these shares and driving up its prices. However, investing apps like Robinhood and many others have chosen to prevent investors from putting their money into these businesses. Now, some have criticized this move because this goes against the open market or free market principles. You've got to allow investors to put in their money where they feel like, give them the freedom to buy and sell shares. However, Robinhood has got a justification. So their version of the story is that they're trying to protect investor confidence in here. Because if you really think about this, there could be a lot of investors who've bought shares in GameStop when it was at its peak, and the majority would have exited the trade by selling off these shares, which means a lot of these investors now face the risk of making big losses if these share prices decide to nosedive, which is quite possible that this is going to happen because fundamentals and the technicals do not support what has just happened with the GameStop share price. It's all human behavior, it's all emotion driven. So what's next now? Of course, there's a lot of work which will be done by the regulators in this case. Internet is just a crazy marketplace because even regulation does not have a scope big enough to regulate all the investors, the public, and the conversations which have been happening on the internet. If poor performing businesses like GameStop and AMC's share prices can go up by collective behavior, then imagine businesses like Apple, Tesla, or Amazon who've been doing so well. Their share prices are at an all time high, and if a group of investors on Reddit or any other message boards decide to convince their members to now sell off their shares, then even good companies face a lot of risk. Thank you for watching this video, and as always, if you've enjoyed watching this video, then please hit the subscribe button. Your one click makes a big difference to me. Thank you.